morning. So my first foray into wellness culture was a long time ago, back in 2002. I was 13 and I decided that I wanted to glow up, even though that's not what we called it back then. So I started my version of eating healthy, and one of the first health food switches I made was going from cow's milk to soy milk. I had no idea why soy milk was supposedly better. I just knew that all the hippies in Asheville were drinking it. And then in 2003, I went to go visit my dad for the summer up in Maine, and my stepmom made a passing comment about soy, that it was actually really bad for us, and that it messed with your hormones. I think she said that it'll make you grow boobs. And I have to say, as a 13-year-old, I was like, sign me up. I've been trying to figure out where to get those, and the longer I spent in the wellness sphere, the more bad things I started hearing about soy products. They're bad for your hormones, they cause cancer, they depress thyroid function, they're bad for your bones, they cause allergies, all sorts of things. And at the tender age of 14, I believed him. Around that time, my stepmom also gifted me a copy of Nourishing Traditions, and I started my tenure as a WAP lady. And of course, back then, WAP didn't mean what it means now. It meant Weston A. Price. And I was all about the healthy saturated fat, all about the cow's milk, A2, raw, pasture-raised, totally organic, the whole spiel. Very anti-soy. And we won't rehash the whole pathway that got me there, but eventually I became a crazy raw foodist. And as a high-carb raw foodist, I believed that soy and all grains and legumes, all cooked food, was poison. Really makes you wonder how I got through the day. I even worked at the Omega Institute for the season in 2012, and I mostly worked breakfasts, and part of breakfast was making a tofu scramble for like 1,200 people, so I'd have to crumble like 50 pounds of tofu a day. And I remember having to do that and just looking at it with utter disgust. Ugh, this nasty food, not fit for human consumption. And the repeating theme during those phases was that I was still naive enough to believe that the experts that I was listening to would tell the truth. I was just listening to what other people claimed and took it at face value because, like, why would people lie? 23 and still hadn't figured that one out. But fast forward to 2014 and I started taking a few classes with Dr. Pam Popper at the Wellness Forum Institute, and she exposed me to the actual research on soy and so many other things. And I was shocked when I looked at the actual agenda-free, non-industry funded research. Because what I read was that soy is actually one of the healthiest foods for humans. Like literally one of the most health-promoting things that we can consume. Soy consumption is associated with lower cancer rates of all cancers, but also in especially hormonally sensitive cancers, like endometrial, uterine, ovarian, breast, prostate cancer. Additionally, one of the things that I had heard over and over and over again was that, like, if you have breast cancer, you definitely shouldn't eat soy. It'll make the cancer grow faster, it'll make you die faster. But the research actually shows the opposite, that the women who had breast cancer and ate the most soy products lived the longest. They had the highest survival rates. How is it that the literal opposite of these findings is being spread across the internet by experts? Not only that, but soy is associated with higher bone mineral density, lower fracture rates, and just a plethora of other health benefits. Which isn't surprising when you look at the nutrition facts of soy. 1 cup of whole soybeans is going to get you 29 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber, 175 milligrams of calcium, 148 milligrams of magnesium. It's high in vitamin K, potassium, selenium, iron, zinc, vitamin B6, vitamin B2, and folate. That is a winning nutrition profile. So after starting to become exposed to those truths, then in 2015, Dr. Greger's amazing book, How Not to Die, came out, which is celebrating its 10th anniversary. There's a brand new updated edition if you've been waiting to get a copy. And How Not to Die and Dr. Greger's videos exposed me to even more evidence about how wonderful soy is. But before we dive into all of those reasons, I am going to dive into the kitchen because I have a soy extravaganza planned for the day. I picked up a 25-pound bag of organic, grown in the USA soybeans from Azure Standard, and I soaked several pounds of those. I'm gonna be cooking some whole soybeans, soybean curry, soybean burgers, plus, for the very first time, I'm gonna try to make my own tofu. And then with like the waste products, the okara from the tofu, I'm going to be making some really, I hope really tasty baked oats. This is a day of beautiful experimentation. I'm going to go get started.
To the morning.
Best apron ever. So while the tofu is setting and the baked oats with the okara are cooking, let's talk about soy and hormones. So like many plant foods, soy has phytoestrogens. In soy, those are isoflavones, and the most well-known of those is called genistein. And these soy phytoestrogens are really cool because they are capable of occupying our human mammalian estrogen receptors. But super interestingly, these soy phytoestrogens have a very different effect on our estrogen receptors than do our own estrogens. Very long, complicated story short, we have two different types of estrogen receptors, alpha and beta receptors, and soy phytoestrogens preferentially bind to the beta receptors. And so they kind of selectively stimulate our receptors. In fact, soy is known to be a selective estrogen receptor modulator. So a lot of the tissues that would be negatively impacted by there being high amounts of estrogens in our system are rich in alpha receptors, like the uterus and liver. So they're not going to be very strongly stimulated by soy phytoestrogens. But other tissues are predominantly rich in beta estrogen receptors, tissues like our bones, and so they are going to be favorably stimulated by soy phytoestrogens. And so because of this, having soy phytoestrogens in our system appears to give us the benefits of having higher estrogen without the negatives. So we get benefits like increased bone mass, without the negatives like faster growth of hormonally sensitive tumors. So the whole like, soy has phytoestrogen, it's bad for your hormones, it'll give you breast cancer, just isn't true. None of the research that has been done in humans, not rodents, humans, has found that soy is protective. Soy is wonderful at giving us the benefits of having higher estrogen levels without the risks. And for the men who are concerned about getting the soy boy man boobs, just know that the evidence isn't there for that either. And if you do want to avoid phytoestrogens, stop drinking beer, because hops is full of them. But if you are genuinely worried about your hormone exposure, which I think at this point in history, with hormonally sensitive cancer rates being what they are, I think we should all be worried about our hormone exposure. And if you are, for the love of all that is good, stop drinking milk. Those are pregnant and lactating cows. They are full of estrogen. And those are mammalian estrogens. They occupy our receptor sites exactly how our own mammalian estrogen does. And if you're worried about the amount of estrogens that your own body is producing, consider lowering the amount of saturated fat you consume. Consider favoring organic foods so that you don't get exposed to glyphosate, which also stimulates our estrogen receptors and is, in case you didn't know, fed to cows in alarming amounts. Also, make sure that you're eating plenty of soluble and insoluble fiber so that the extra estrogens in your blood that your liver binds up and excretes into your intestines can actually be swept out quickly before it's reabsorbed. And also, enjoy phytoestrogens so that those estrogen receptors in your body can be occupied without the negative risks. And with that in mind, I believe that my baked oats are just about done, and boy oh boy are they full of phytoestrogens and soluble and insoluble fiber. I can't wait any longer. Okay, little breakfast break. Do you want a big boy cup or a little cup?
I'll take this one. Not too much. That's good.
Do we want to like drown it in maple syrup or just have it plain?
I think a little bit maple syrup would be fitting, but definitely not drowning it.
I'm not sure I can be a little bit of maple syrup person.
Oh, you can put as much as you want.
I never bothered to make this non-stick and it shows.
Everyone's.
Yeah, these are coconut flavor. Just a smidgen more. Okay. Here, I should get that on video. Oh, you know how I like it.
I know exactly how you like it.
Oh my god, how decadent. And I can kind of taste the okara in it, but it's not very strong. I can definitely taste the maple syrup. Oh my gosh.
You have to try this, baby.
Oh my gosh. The muffin texture is totally different.
It's way different.
The cake is like more dry.
The muffin's more smooth, more moist. It's not overly sweet either.
Ouch.
Bro.
This is the last time I do something nice for him.
I know.
Oh my god, you just broke Petunia's heart.
Oh!
Ow! Oh my god, his little demon hands.
Fuck.
They're still out. And the soy milk, it's totally unsweetened. And you can tell. But I like it. And I think I made it a little bit too watery.
But the flavor's not bad at all. Can I try yours? I didn't even try yours yet.
Please, help yourself.
It's so different.
It's so different. Very satisfying.
It's satisfying and delicious. Where'd the syrup go? You always hide the stuff from me.
Well,
Where's the peanut butter? Go get the peanut butter.
you told me to hide it.
I did not tell you to hide that.
You did.
Oh,
I see
baby.
it's been disappearing even though it's been in its hiding spot.
Where were you hiding this thing?
You know exactly where it was, clearly. I think I've run out of hiding spots after 13 years.
These peanut butter. The best peanut butter on the planet. Oh my God. Okay.
No, I'm going to hold on to
No,
that.
I'm going to put it here so people can see it. Show the goodness. This is the best peanut butter ever tasted. And you know me and peanut butter.
You've tasted them all. We will wrap up breakfast and I'll get back to the next steps. I hope you enjoyed, Jenny.
I did.
I think I used to just drinking milk again. Okay, so the soy hormone thing, not really a problem. But I also take cancer really, really seriously. So let's look a little deeper into that claim. Full disclosure, there were some studies that found that high soy consumption led to some tumor growth in rodents. Now, fortunately, I'm not a rodent. I trust you are not a rodent. And those findings didn't show up in humans. Also, the studies that found that were using extracts, and those would have been about the equivalent of eating 58 cups of soy products a day. And even though I promise you, I'm gonna give it my best shot today, I don't think any of us can eat 58 cups of soy. If anyone can, it's me and my hollow leg. I will report back. What the human data has shown over and over and over again is that eating soy is protective against cancer. Many types of cancers, but the most impressive findings relate to hormonally dependent cancers. And because 95% of breast cancer starts off as hormonally dependent, that's really big. And because of the way that soy phytoestrogens preferentially occupy estrogen receptors, this could be why high soy consumers have lower rates of hormonally sensitive cancers, like endometrial, uterine, ovarian, breast, and prostate. Those are some of our top cancer killers. It's been shown that those who eat the most soy have the lowest risk of hormonally sensitive cancers. And the people who eat the most soy have the highest survival rates if they do get cancer, the lowest rates of death and lower rates of recurrence across all demographics, including women who are genetically more susceptible, like who have the BRCA1 and 2 gene. The compounds found in soy actually increase our cells' ability to repair their DNA, which is exactly the vulnerability that women with the BRCA1 and 2 genes have, and is why they're more likely to develop breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, pancreatic cancer, and colon cancer. So again, the effect of soy is hugely powerful and hugely meaningful for people with these issues. So if you're worried about cancer and looking at the world the way that it is right now, I think we should all be worried about cancer. Cancer rates are exploding. Our environments are saturated with carcinogens. We are being exposed to so much. I take really good care of myself and avoid as much exposure as possible, and I'm still concerned. So if you're also worried about cancer and you want to do proactive things to help your body protect itself, it appears that eating soy is one of those things. And also, stop drinking milk. It's full of growth factors. It's literally built to blow up a calf from a baby to an adult in a year. You, an adult human, need none of that. Also, reduce your meat and protein intake. I know it's a recurring fad to totally saturate yourself with protein, but our bodies don't need psychotic amounts of protein. They need a reasonable amount that you can easily get from eating a calorically adequate whole plant food diet. When you eat too much protein, your growth factors go up. And when your growth factors go up, they promote growth, tissue growth, and they promote the growth of all tissues, including cancerous tumors. Also, eat plenty of fiber and phytoestrogens. They are incredibly protective for all or most of our most common forms of cancer. In terms of protein and those growth factors like insulin-like growth factor 1, research has even been done looking at soy protein and looking for this sweet spot where you get the full health protective benefits of soy without increasing your insulin-like growth factor. And it appears that the sweet spot is somewhere between 3 to 5 servings of soy per day. And 3 to 5 servings is not hard to get. I am actually on my way back to the kitchen to check on my soy extravaganza and pick up my next couple of servings. This is refreshing, I gotta say.
Zoom in on this. Thank you. Focus. Shall I do the rest of my video as Sean Connery?
Oh, and you can see what the soy delivered. My 13-year-old self would be so stoked. So in addition to all of the more processed forms of soy that I'm playing with today in the kitchen, I also have some whole soybeans, and I cooked up a big batch of just plain whole soybeans, which I am now using to make soy burgers, and I also enjoy eating very much. But I also made a batch of curried, spiced soybeans with a little bit of carrots and onions and garlic, and I cooked those without salt, so I have a little blob of miso there that I'm gonna kind of smush in and incorporate. Though I have to say, it tastes pretty great already. And I was so happy when I discovered whole soybeans because I am a product of Southern culture. My mama was born and raised in Tennessee, and she raised me on pinto beans and black beans, and navy beans and great northern beans, black-eyed peas, but never once did we have soybeans. And I feel like I missed out a little bit. And not just because of all of their health benefits. They're also incredibly nutritious and so yummy. I really love their taste and texture. So if you haven't ever had whole soybeans, I highly recommend them. And I also have a leftover salad from last night, so it's a little wilted and sad looking, but it still tastes really good. Ooh, and this curry is so yummy. Cooked it in the Instant Pot for about 25 minutes. And so the soybeans are really nice and tender and creamy. I had already been won over with soy because of all of the scientific data. But I tell you what, after today, I am 110% team soy. Okay, in the interest of you guys not having to listen to me chew in high definition, I'm gonna go finish my lunch and then we will pick up where we left off later. So in a turn of events that will undoubtedly surprise none of my Asian viewers, I'm not very good at making tofu yet. When I took it, no ma'am. Don't worry, I'm just on a private road. So when I was getting ready to make dinner and I took the tofu out of the fridge, I realized that it wasn't quite set up well. I'm not exactly sure why. Claude has some ideas, but he does tend to pull factoids out of his ass. I do have access to several Japanese aunties and grandmas, and I will be asking them. But tragically, tonight's dinner is not going to be homemade tofu. I'm gonna have to leave it in the fridge overnight and see how it turns out. I will obviously let you know. But for now, I am actually on my way to a sound bath. My hope is it will be as lovely as it sounds. And my wonderful husband is going to have dinner made for me when I get home. Oh, God. Every time. What, now you won't focus? Are you a fragile piece of technology? There it is. Actually, quite unattractive. Would you like to taste it?
Yes, ma'am. Let's do this. Commit. Cut.
Ooh, how did that cut feel?
It felt like I was cutting into silky tofu. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That one's a little bit more firm. I'm just gonna cut us one more. Wow. Okay. That one was extra firm. Little bit of soy.
I have to say, I've worked in a lot of restaurants. Mm-hmm. That is the worst plate I've ever seen.
Shit. Well, this is not a restaurant. I'm not a chef.
No!
I'm a carpenter. I do my best.
You are, and your best... Hey,
Yeah.
your best is good enough.
It's what I've been told, but I don't know.
It's the moment of truth. A lot has gone into this moment. That's yummy. I gotta feed you one now. What do you think?
There's no doubt that I like it.
I'm also wondering, like, is this worth all the squeezing?
I'm not sure. That was a lot of squeezing.
I have to say,
Okay.
I thought it would be better.
I'm not a real fan of like silky tofu, but this is something we should really try to perfect because tofu is a part of our life.
It is.
And it's cheaper for us to make it on our own.
It's much cheaper because this amount of tofu would cost us 10 or 12 bucks.
How much did it cost in beans?
Gosh, less than $1.
Less than $1.
Yeah,
Wow, and we had fun making it.
we did. We had a great time.
Oh, look at
And it's not wrapped in plastic.
right.
I'll cut as many as you want. We can eat this whole thing standing right here in the
We
kitchen.
may actually eat this
I
before
actually don't mind.
the sun goes down. It's just a little bit too soft for me.
I think it would make great faux scrambled eggs, though.
Oh, we got
I'm
that.
gonna
Little-
sprinkle some of that.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do is make some freaking toast right now.
Oh, let's do it. Do we have bread?
Yeah.
Do you have that baked bread that you've made?
You put tomato on your egg sandwiches?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Like, we've never really had that experience of eating eggs together.
I think this cake is my favorite of the tofu dishes that we made.
I understand why.
This cake takes the cake.
Okay, it's done.
You ready?
Charles.
This is so yummy. Nice bite, baby.
Ooh. You know, I have to say, one of the things I have missed as a vegan is scrambled eggs. And I feel like this is scratching that itch in a big way.
This is the closest I've gotten to like scrambled eggs.
Well, I don't know how hungry I'm going to be for dinner now.
I know. We just ate like
Eat the-
two thirds of that block of tofu. Let's just do this for dinner again. Poor thing, we gotta give her a bite. Just a little bite. No, of your toast.
No, it's my last bite. You're gonna be grateful for this. You're gonna slow down and savor it.
Sup, Dobby? Can we give Dobby some?
No, I'm not feeding him again because I have it on video. Video evidence of what he did last time.
What did you do, bro?
Ouch!
All right, baby, thank you.
Thank you. So good. Oh my god, I have soy burgers to make. All right, everyone. So as our soy extravaganza comes to an end, that will be everything that I ate yesterday and part of today as I gorged myself with homemade soy. It was a delicious and labor-intensive undertaking. I hope you all have enjoyed coming along for the ride. As always, until next time, make better choices for yourself. Like maybe eating more soy, and take really, really, really good care of your precious selves. I will see you all again very soon. Bye. No, we're not getting involved in the cat fight. All right, we are getting involved in the cat fight. Oh my god. Oh shit. What were you doing? Believe it or not, I wasn't recording for that entire thing. Careful, soy boy.
I take offense to that.
You take offense to being a soy boy? You're not a proud soy boy? Do you guys ever compare your teeth to the whites of your eyes to see which one's whiter? Since we've been watching Outlander so much, do you ever find yourself like speaking to yourself in Scottish?
No,
Like,
no, never, not even once.
I was just saying to myself in my mind, I dinna ken what that is.
I think that's plenty.
Since when are you concerned about getting too many raisins?
Well, we're running low on raisins.
We have 30 pounds and another 30 pounds coming here on a barge right now.
Oh, make it rain then, baby.
I'm trying to. I'm recording and you have a cat pressed up against your microphone. Just FYI. I wish we had a hairless cat to sit on the counter.
No, fuck.
That was the cutest thing I've ever seen. Hopefully these will taste sweet enough. If they're not, I figure get a syringe full of maple syrup and inject it into each muffin. Do we have time? Is time even real? You're gonna be a soy boy by the time I get done with you. Excuse you. Yeah, you can see your biceps.
I'm not trying to get my biceps in there, okay?
I think maybe you are. I'm thinking.
You got some stuff for you.
Of course I do.
It's bread.
It's tomato paste.
Okay.
Yep.
Is my finger? My fingers are kind of.
Your fingers are fine. Of all the cats I'm worried about killing me in my sleep, it's her when she gets that look in her eyes.
Oh!
Did you sneeze in your mouth?
No, right? Yeah, kind of. A little bit. Mostly up my nose.